clean that off just so I can function. Oh, where's my wet nap? Here it is. Okay, I have these. Okay. All right, there we go. Not too bad. Still major gobbers, but we'll get all those off later. All right, so now we're going to put these down, and you may want to ink these or not. Let's give it a little ink just to say we did. Oh, I put a brand new little dauber. Look at that. I had to use a makeup sponge because I didn't have anything else on my brown. So this is the maiden voyage of the new brown inker. We shall see. Oh yeah, it's working pretty good. Yep. Going to give it some edging, so a little bit of poppy contrast. Nothing wrong with a little poppy contrast. We do like our poppy contrast with a side of Dijon. Yes, we do. All right. There. So that's the difference. Well, you can see if you like that look or not. You can skip it. Totally up to you. Let's see. You could actually use real old newspapers to wrap these, or dictionary pages, or music book pages. That would look really cool too as your inside covers. If you happen to have any of those, or just some really cool looking book pages, that would be awesome too. Because I could have centered that better, but you know, that's the way it goes in my world. All right, so now what we're going to do is glue these puppies down. Yeah, it's a lot of gluing and cutting, but it's kind of fun. And you get a nice little utilitarian book in the end, which is awesome. Because we all need those little notebooks to gather our thoughts and our ideas. All right, want to get kind of close to the edges here because you don't want the edges peeling up. All right, there we go. Well, lots of glue is good on this one, and maybe just close around the edges, just use finger tool because that way you won't have any over ooze, and we don't want over ooze. Nope. I'm going to put this one in the front because it's more organized. Yeah. For presentation purposes. Now because you can't see the fold, you want to double check and make sure that your fold is in the right place. Okay, and you also want to go in here, I forgot this, but grab your bone folder and do this. That helps adhere your little spine valley down, which is a good idea. All right, did that grab? Yes, it did. Okay, that's perfect. We're a little high. You got like a second to reorganize, and we're good. So now this is a much more sturdy front and back cover. It still has some flex, but it has some strength as well. All right, so going around. And I'm going to go ahead and complete the signatures with you guys on this journal, just so in case you haven't seen that. I generally use a crocodile, but I'll show you some alternatives if you don't have a crocodile to make your signatures. The crocodile 2 big bite, that is. There's that Wicked Witch of the West. Must be one of those days. All right, let's see. Let's center. My center, I gotta get up. It's hard to tell because my printing is cockeyed. All right. I think I'm pretty centered. Let me test the fold. Oh, almost too close. Pull it off, Dan. Pull it off. You got a second. Yeah, pull it off. And go back over here. Go closer to the edge. Okay, yeah, I don't want to be on the fold. That will make it too bulky for the book to close. All right. Now remember, the thicker you make these, the less room you have inside. So you want to take that into account, because if you have an idea in your mind how many signatures you want to put in, the thicker these are, the fewer signatures you can put in. Unless you like bulky book, and that does happen too sometimes in life, yes. I have no problem with bulky book. Okay. All right, taking my glue balls off my fingers. Okay, got them. Yep, sticking them onto the side of my garbage can. There you go. I've kind of donated this garbage can to the World of Crafting garbage can, and it's pretty nasty, let me tell you. But did I do that straight? I hope so. Yep, got my big head in there, sorry. All right. Everything's working. I need a little tack down here, I see. Little extra wouldn't hurt, Missy Lou. All right, there we go. That probably means I need a little tack down at the top. Yeah. Get a little glue in there and everybody's happy. There we go. Okay. Now we're all tacked down. Okay, so let's do our signatures. All right. Now, there's a few more glue balls to come off. All right, we're probably going Yeah, we're probably already in part 2. So let us decide. I think I'm going to do 4 signatures in this book. So I'm going to kind of take my spine and I'm going to center it along this center line here. Center line here. Can you see? Yep. Okay. Let me take you a little closer. Okay. And now I'm going to take a ruler and I'm going to take, I usually do it like a pencil, but since on camera, I'm going to do a black marker so you guys can see it too. I'm just using a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen, size small. And, okay, now what you want to do is line your book up. Make sure your book is straight across a line. Okay. And then you're going to find the center of your spine. And make sure you're in the middle. You're looking for equal distance on either side of the line. And then you come here and you decide maybe inch and a half down. I sometimes just go wherever there's a line, convenient, so I can line up the line on both sides. And then I need 4 dots. And I want to be on my spine, making sure I'm on my spine. So here's the middle. So that means I need, where's that first one start? Here, okay. So if I put my first dot here, I'll put my second dot there, third dot here, and my 4th dot there. Yeah. Okay. Now let's just double check. Can you see them? Nope. So I'm going to take it closer. Yep. Yep. So they're here, 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 and here. You want to check, see if they're in the center? Yeah, you don't want to be too close to that spine edge, so you need to come over just a little bit. And you're okay. All right. So now once we have those, then you just drop down to about halfway. And these are going to be blank pages, but you do want to know which side is up or down. If you do your middle one a little closer to the top than the bottom, then you're going to know that's always your top. One here. One here, one here, one here. Okay, now we're going to come across the bottom and we're going to do one here, one here. Nope, don't wiggle, Pam. One here, and then shoo. Last one. All right, just so I can see those dots so I know where to punch with the crocodile punch. Now, this is what I use to cut my signatures because it's easy, reliable, quick, and fast. But if you don't have one of those, maybe you have an awl or an ice pick or a pokey tool, and you can use something like this. And if you put your book on something that is soft or spongy, or like another book, if you have a big fat book, you can put it under here, and then you can just literally drive this through and poke a hole. Okay, so that's an alternative to, if you don't have a crocodile, to Big Bite. Okay, but I do, so I'm going to use it. All right, so, okay, now on the Big Bite, can you see this? That says 1/8 there. There's 3/16 or 1/8, and you want the 1/8. There's 2 choices, okay? Well, I use the 1/8 for my holes. That's the smaller hole. And then, as you see, the 1/8 brings down the smaller hole. If I go to the 3/16, it's the bigger chomper. And I want the smaller chomper. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to go and aim over my black dots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. 1, 2. You can use templates too if you want. I used to use templates all the time, and then I just got tired of using templates. There's got to be another way. Please get me out of template world. All right, here. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Okay. So, well, I don't know if you can see any of those, but they're there. Trust me, there's holes. Maybe you can see through a little. There are holes there. Okay. All right. So we have the holes in place. So that's good. And next we need to take some paper. And I have, because I'm not going to be decorating these pages or putting embellishments on them, which would thicken the book up a lot, I can use more paper per, let me back you out. I can use more paper per signature. So I have more writing space basically. And because it's going to be a utilitarian style book. So I took 15 copy paper pages. Okay. And I took them all, one felt swooping. Try and keep them organized here. Hang on, let me get a big one of these. This is handy when you have a lot of them because they like to run around on you. Okay, and then fold. Get your bone folder in there. Have it help you out because they're really handy. Now, don't get too freaked out if these are not exact because we're going to do some trimming. Okay, so that's one. It's pretty fast to set those up. Okay, get these babes together. Okay, putting my clip on. All right, basic fold. And then the mother of all folds. Yeah, with the bone folder. Gets a nice sharp crease. Go over that a few times. It makes your book lay flatter and nicer when it has a nice sharp crease in it. Got that one. All right. All right, basic fold, big clip. All right, baby fold, mother of all folds. Yes, there we go. Nice. Okay, yeah, good. That's 3. And then we have number 4. There we go. Fold in half. Get the clip of paperness back in place. And a baby fold. And mother of all folds. And the reason why we use this as opposed to using your fingers and stuff like that is it's a lot easier on your hands. You're going to find that your hands are not so tired pushing down so hard. This gives you a lot of leverage and a lot of strength. That's why it's a good idea to get a bold folder if you're going to make signatures because it will make your life easier. You can also use the edge of scissors to do that or a butter knife, but don't use the sharp end. Use the handle to do this. But the bone folder is actually designed to do this. Used by many a bookmaker years from yesterday. So there you go. All right, so I have my 4 signatures and now we need to place them in the book. And if you haven't seen this done before, I'm happy to show you. I need my book. Okay, so I have my book. I'm gonna turn it this way. Can you see? Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna take my signatures that are all clipped together individually. Okay, and I'm going to line them up. Now, these should all be the exact same size because they're the exact same paper. So that makes that easy. But then I'm going to take them and just tilt them a little bit so I can see the nose of each one sticking out. See that? I'm going to line them up here. And oh, I got to do some trimming because guess what? These papers are too big. Yay! All right, so retreat, retreat. We're going to take one and we're going to figure out exactly how big we want this. All right, so you... Can you see? Yeah. Are going to, I want you to be that long there. And I want you to come to here. Okay. So now I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm probably going to have to cut some of this way too. But I'm just going to show you everything so you can see it. This is the down and dirty. This is what really happens in the craft room. Yes, this is it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Lining you up across that line, making sure you're lined up there so I hopefully get a straight line. All right, come in here with the old, okay, you're lined up with that dot, you're lined up with that dot, so I'm going to make a cut here and hope it's going to be straight. It doesn't look straight here though. Hang on, here, yeah, I want to make sure that's lined up. All right, so we're a little past the dot. So it'll be a little where's the dot? Is that the dot? A little past the dot. Okay. Here we go. There we go. All right, you are free. That lovely piece of goober goo. All right, so we have one done. And basically, yes, I'm back in the world of templates. We made a template. So I am going to take this, square it up at the bottom, square it up at the back. I take my pencil and do that. And that should be pretty close, I'm hoping. All right, there we go. And 4. Seems to do it. All right, use the same one. Hope these are all, make sure these guys are nice and flush. And we're going to use you as our template that I said I don't like to use, but that's okay. All right, there we go. All right, we have our line, and we will just follow it with our cutter. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and one more. Always seems to take 4. I don't know why. It just does. All right, so we have the last guy. He's in play. Flush at the bottom. Drawing my line. Always seems to look cockeyed for some reason. Don't know why. Unless I cut the first one cockeyed, maybe. Yep. I'll put you up here so you can see. All right. Okay. There we go. And we're cutting. 1. Oh, there's hubby. Dealing with the dishes. Gotta love that man. I hate dishes. Okay. All right, there we go. 1, 2. Let's see how we did. Not bad. See? Oh, well, maybe a little longer. Hang on. Okay. Pretty darn close. I mean, maybe one came out a little bit longer than the others, but not bad. Not bad. I will take it. Okay. My utilitarian book. All right, so now we're going to retract that, like as we are good crafters. Cleaning our desk. Returning our book. Can you see? Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to do, yet again, I'm going to take my signatures, going to line them like this, and I'm going to just tilt a little bit so they're just sort of ever so peeking out from each other. Okay. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to lay it down where I want it to nest. Everybody's in position. Okay. And I'm going to line them up with one set of the holes. Okay. Now I'm going to make a mark where the holes are. So there's a hole here. So I'm going to do that. There's the hole here. Can't see. Oh, here's the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's the hole right in the hole. See? And then I have this one. Don't move on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my hole. So I'm lined up there. Okay, so everybody should be lined up. Now, we're going to take, now pay attention here, this is the important part. I don't want you to mess this up because this drives new journalists crazy, or journal makers crazy. The twisting of the upsy-downsy land. Okay, so these pages don't have anything on them, so technically it doesn't matter if they go in like this or like this, but because our 2 holes are closer to the top than they are to the bottom, you don't want to accidentally insert when you're sewing in these upside down. So you want to know which side is up, and the easiest way to do that is put a paper clip on it. Okay, so let's take one of these. We're going to use the 1/8 again, same position. Take this paper clip off, and I'm going to fold it backwards, okay, along the original fold line. And the reason why I do that, okay, right at this point, I'm going to denote my top. This is my top, because sometimes as you're doing this, it gets turned around in your head, or it does in mine. So remember, it was like this, the dots on the outside. So I folded it backwards on itself, okay, give it a little crease, it's okay. And then we're going to punch, because we had to punch on the dots which are on the outside. This helps guide your little puncher down right over the dot. So you just can nail it right where it's supposed to be. Otherwise it bows up like this and it's harder to nail it. So you'll know what I mean when you try this. If you have a crocodile too big bite. Okay. Okay, see my 2 holes here are closer than here, and that's okay with me because I'm going to cover this spine, but if you want to have an exposed spine, maybe you might want these equidistant. Make sure you use a paper clip to denote the top. All right, now we have this little guy. Same process. Folding back upon its own spine, marking the top. Very important, very important. Did I say that was very important? That's very important. All right, now 1/8 punch. That's the size of the punch. 1/8 punch. And we have a, guess what? It's a 1/8 punch. Nailed it. Okay, there's 2. Okay, now we have number 3. Okay. And those little pencil marks, you can just erase them after if you want. All right, folding back upon ourselves, going right in the valley over the dot. Right in the valley over the dot, and guess what? Right in the valley. Oh, look what I did. See, I turned it. Now, in case I forgot which is up, I know this is up because these 2 are going to be closer together. But I want to mark top so I don't get confused, and I don't even have to think about that anymore. But those are 2, that's I call the fail safe. You have the 2 dots, the 2 holes closer together, plus your paper clip, and you have 2 fail safes to make sure that you're putting your top at the top. This makes a huge difference, especially when you have printed pages or any words or anything on your paper on the inside, because everything will come out upside down otherwise, and you'll be like, what do I do? What do I do? And what do you do? Well, you can take the signature out and just turn it around and punch new holes, and that will work. Don't give up on your journal though, and sometimes you can, if it's, let's say you put all the signatures in and you like just can't even imagine having to resew all those, which isn't so bad, but if you have to, I get it. If you don't want to do that, I would redecorate your cover. In other words, cover your cover, like layer things on top of the front of your cover and reorient the cover to be the way you need it to be, and that will also get you out of a little pinch. Look, I put it down and I didn't mark it, but I do know that this is my top, because these 2 are closer together than this one. So I'm going to go very comfortably in here and put that back on. Okay, now let's do some sewing. Let's do some sewing. Okay, so we're going to get a big old darning needle. Okay, I have some crochet thread here, and this stuff is still very strong, so I feel comfortable using it. You can also use yarn, or you can use embroidery floss, or you can use waxed linen thread. Those will all work. But basically, oh, not that one. What you need to do to figure out how much thread you need is 3 times the height of your book. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to need 4 of these because we have 4 signatures. Put you over there. 1. Oh, I can't measure today. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Holly must be done sneezing. He is now yakking. I don't know if you can hear him, but he's having a little discussion with himself. 1, 2, 3. Maybe he's talking to the lovebirds. And 1 more for good measure. 1, 2, 3. And this does seem really thin, but I think it's going to be strong enough because I can't break it at all. So it's going to handle the weight of those signatures. All right, here we go. If it doesn't, it's on me. All right, so you're going to grab one of these and you're going to fold it back I would say fold it back the way it originally was, because that's how you measured it originally. And then go through the middle, and we're going to start at the back. So we're not going to start at the front of the book. We're going to load these from the back of the book to the front of the book. Okay, through the middle hole, comes right through. And then we're going to go find that top hole. And it comes right through. And then we're going down to the bottom. And this is called the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Ooh, there it is. Okay, make sure your little tail doesn't go through. Keep an eye on that. And then, oh, see, now this is why it's so important to double check the holes. I went through the wrong hole. So what I'm going to do is completely retreat, because I don't want that. Nope, and that happens. It does. Yes. So we go again. All right, through the middle. Now you want to make sure you're in the very back one, which I wasn't. Okay, now I am. Okay, better. Up at the top. Down to the bottom. And through the back. Last hole closest to the cover. And double checking here, and I am going through the middle again. Yes, I am. And I'm coming out. All right, so now I'm here. What I want to make sure is that one wing comes, okay, let me just straighten these out so they're the same length. One wing comes out this side, this wing comes out this side, and they're both under the center one. And that way it's going to anchor. You want to give a snug, but not tear. You want to double check and make sure you're through the right holes. Okay, I am. And then I'm going to tie it once, right over left, and then my newfound friend, I'm going to tie left over right to lock that in place. And I just do one more for good measure to make sure. There we go. And I'll just leave those dangly right now because I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I want them long and dangly, maybe I don't. I don't know, and I don't have to make that decision right now. Now you take your bone folder, and we train the paper. We have it fold like this. It's probably a good idea to take that big clip out. You'll be able to fold like this better, more cleanly. Can you see? Yep. Okay. Now we're going to do the exact same thing 3 more times. And you can speed me up or skip this part, but if you want to just hang out and, oh, I already cut these. Lollygag here with me, feel free. I'm just going to be putting these in. Maybe you're putting some in at the same time too. That would be really cool. I love when you guys craft with me. So I'm not crafting alone. Who wants to craft alone? Okay, through the middle, through the next one closest to the back. Yep. Up here, whoop, almost lost that. Okay, through here and through there. Oh, let me pull that. It's a little short, making me sweat here. All right, through the bottom. Don't just guess though, you gotta look. Yep, I'm in the right hole. Okay, and then come back out here, double checking, everything is good. Through the middle, and I'm through already, so that's pretty easy. All right, usually getting the signatures in is the part that everybody sweats about the most, but it's not bad if you get a little system that works for you, and everybody will have a different system. I'm doing snug but not tearing, okay? Snug tight but not tearing. I forgot to reverse these. Okay, let me just come back out. You know why I know that? Because I can see my little pencil marks, and I want where I did the original fold to be, because that's where I measured it, on this outside. Yep, it is important. It will work the other way, but your pages may be a little more cockeyed. I know I forgot to trim the length of these pages. I can do that still. And I'll show you how. Oh, this is just the land of learning today, isn't it? This is how it happens in the trenches. This is reality. Okay, here. And we're in. And we are in again. Whoops. Oh, Lordy me. It is just one of those days. Okay, down you go. And you're through. You're through. Okay. Okay. Well, same thing. Take our little wings underneath the bridge. Okay. Snug, but not tearing. Checking. 1, 2. Yep, good. Everybody's in position. Okay. That was right over left, so now we're going to go left over right. It's always a weird one. Okay, there. And then let's just do a right over left to say we did. You want to make sure those are nice and snug and tight, or else you're going to have migration, and you don't want migration. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Take the big clip off. Everybody is aligning. Are we aligning? Yes, we're aligning. We're aligning. Okay. And we're going to paper train. It's just going to make your book fold nice and flat very well. Okay, it's already paper trained the other way, but for some reason it needs a nudge this way. Okay, we got that. All right. Now, okay. Here we go. Whoop. And we're through. And I'm checking now for my little... Yep, there's my pencil mark. Okay, so I'm going to fold it this way. I know I'm going in the right place. This was actually the front one. Let me use this one next. Okay, that's going to be my middle. So I think it went this way. Yeah, I think so. Did it? You can tell because your papers will want to fold a certain way. Yes, either happier this way. Then you know that's the way you came in at. Okay, here we go. Here we go. How many pink strings here? I need to move that. Okay. Anyway. All right. Am I through? Am I through the right hole? I think so. Yep. Yep. I'm through it. I'm going through there. Through the top. Okay. If it comes out wonky, usually it's because the signatures didn't go in the right direction. Checking hole. Yep. Or you had them flipped backwards when you put them in. Still in the backwards position. So that's a good thing to keep in mind as you're doing this. Remember to refold it back in the original orientation. I've got my wings. I need to put my wing under the bridge. Wings go under the bridge. Double checking holes are correct. Okay, okay. Everybody settle in, settle in. And we're gonna fold, or we're gonna tie snuggie, not tearing, and then left over right. That's good. And then right over left, just for good measure. Okay. All right. Taking the clip off. We are in. Training the paper. Better if your bone folder doesn't have any gunk on it, then it keeps your paper clean. And we have this guy. Yes, we do. All right, where is this little apple? Now we're down to the home stretch. This is the last one, and we're almost done. We've got to do the spine, and then we are complete. Okay, so let's check for our little... I think this is still folded. Oh,